program specialist, and I'm definitely going to bring her into a couple throughout this week. So I am really excited for this opportunity. Um, Next, I want to discuss, and I have a short list, and two, being that we are in virtual, and I got this from our beloved president, Matt White. I will not be long in the tooth because I know we have, like we're all multitasking and doing wearing many hats and doing multiple things today. So I will keep it brief. So I would like to start with chapter updates. So if we can start from the west to the east, let's start with Pensacola State. Abby, can you give us an update? And I know Abby's here. Abby, can you unmute yourself?
I did. Can you hear me now?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there I am. Hi, hey Region 1, this is Abby. I'm over at Pensacola State College. So chapter updates. We did quite a bit actually with our chapter during this time period, at least from July when I started up until now. We have done two fundraisers, both um, Donut Day and also Bosses Day lunches. Those both went really well. We've been able to do some community service activities focused around Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're able to donate some items in partnership with our program that we have here at Pensacola State to donate items to Favor House. We've had about three full-on executive board meetings, so those have been going pretty well. Usually to plan for a next event and so forth. We've been able to keep up and do our board of trustees refreshments, so we still do that every month. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I left out. No, so we've had a pretty good and full year so far. Been able to get a lot of things accomplished. Have a great executive board. They're always willing to jump in and help out and make flyers or cook or something. They're always willing to participate. So that's been really helpful this year, and we are all just really working really well together.
Thank you, Abby. And so next would be Northwest, and I'm not sure if he's on. Tony, are you on? I can't see everybody. I know he was in transition, but I can do a briefing of Northwest if he's not on. So, Northwest, we've had a couple of general meetings, and every month we do have an e-board meeting just to get a kind of state of the college or state of the chapter, just to find out what's going on with us financially, and because we constantly have different activities that we do. So I can tell you some of the things that we are working on. One, well, and that we've already done. We did sponsor a hole as well as a golf team for our athletics department. That's one of the annual events that they host. We did participate in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, and we partnered with my department, which is Business and Computer Technology, because instead of us doing a walk this year, a real walk that Making Strides usually does, we did a drive. So the participants drove around our campus. And so we had little areas where people can cheer and, pump up the drivers while they went around. And AFC in my department, we did win one of the prizes for that. So we're going to have a nice little cookout on our deck for that. We also did the Heart Walk, which was a virtual heart walk, and with those, we did raise over $1,000 for both of those events. Then we are wanting to do one type of outreach. I saw this video when I'm also the chair of the Diversity Inclusion Task Force, and I saw this video that really hit me recently, and it was silent, but it was impactful and short nonetheless. And so I said we can adopt this for marketing for in recruitment for AFC. And so we're going to do little snippets of what does AFC mean to me. And so we're having current members do short little snippets of the videos, and we're going to splice them together. We have a team with our CITL here, Center for Innovation and Teaching and Learning, and they're going to work with us and get that together. And then finally, because we have not what we miss, and just with this, we can sit there for an hour and 30 minutes when we're with each other because we feed off of our energies. We're taking pictures, Jesse. We're doing all those things that just make us us. And so we truly miss those pieces of what AFC is. But nonetheless, we have a way to do things in a social distance way. And I got this idea from Region 5, actually. And so we are wanting to put on a drive-in movie for current and potential AFC members. So you just pull up your car, because I don't know if it's just our area, but some of our movie theaters are actually closing down too. So that's one of the things that we're thinking about doing for our chapter. And of course, the concessions. And we run concessions in Region 1. Next, let's see. We have, is Melissa with us? Do we have Melissa? Who is this? Oh, Melissa. Melissa doesn't have audio. Okay, so I'll read it quickly. She says she doesn't have audio, but she does have a small report for Gulf Coast. So they've collected eyeglasses, yes, for Lions Club, that they were Lions Club recycling program, which I have quite a few pairs of eyeglasses. That sounds like a great volunteer outreach project. And also, they have done some professional development. So if you all can see all that Gulf Coast has been doing, you can see it right there in the chat box as well. Thank you, Melissa, for posting that for us. And Evelyn, are you going to?
I am.
Okay. All right.
All right. Good morning.
Yes, Evelyn with Chipola.
Yes. Our new executive board took office in July the 1st, and we have a new president. Her name is Dr. Amanda Clark, and she's serving as our president for 2020-2021. That's hard to say. However, she had a class this morning, so I'm giving the report as our past president. I'm going to just say some of the things we've done since we've come back to school in August. We've had a couple of professional developments. One was a lunch and learn, where we had a session on avoiding burnout, learning to live well and to work well. And AFC delivered lunches to everyone's office to sit and have lunch while they learned. And then on November the 4th, AFC's new professional development series, Access AFC, hosted their first professional development on Chipola's campus. It was promoting a culture of equality and inclusion, and we had several members and several employees to participate in that professional development as well. We're excited to be here this week, and Matt White, when he finally gets to Tallahassee, will be on the screen, and we're going to enjoy watching Matt run his conference this year. That's it for us.
Thank you, Evelyn. And Desiree with TCC.
Hello, everybody. So TCC, we have been having our meetings. Our e-board meets monthly, and we just had our second chapter meeting last week. We have a good number of our members are attending the conference virtually, so that's been a great thing that could happen because the conference is virtually. We've been able to send, obviously, a lot more people. We did one of the things we wanted to do with TCC, because a lot of focus is on Tallahassee. We wanted to make sure as an organization we focused on our outlying counties. So we did our first community service project in Wakulla, and we actually played off of what Wanjiku wanted to do for Region 1, and we did a coastal cleanup. So we took part in the Keep Wakulla County Beautiful and did the coastal cleanup, and that was nice. We had a couple of groups out there picking up trash along the coast. And now we are looking at projects in Gadsden County, and one of our AFC members is a member of a group down there. So we're going to look at probably partnering with them to do something there. We have really just kind of been busy kind of doing some internal stuff versus external. We reviewed our bylaws, which we realized hadn't been looked at in like 3 years. So since we have this time in this Zoom world we're living in, we did a little bit cleanup on our bylaws, and just kind of been looking at fundraisers and things like that, not trying to really do anything that adds more pressure onto our members in terms of money and stuff. So looking more at community service. We've been involved with Toys for Tots. We've been involved with getting supplies for our fellow individuals in Region 1 impacted by the hurricane. So doing some gathering of some items and stuff like that. But nothing large scale at this point. Just a lot of community service.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Desiree. And that was my major challenge this year, trying to find a way for us to still be able to engage, which I still want to do. I would love for us in going forward. And I know if you all don't know, Tallahassee will be taking over as Region 1, and Ms. Sharon Walker will be our incoming Region 1 director. And so I'm excited about that. So hopefully once we pass the torch, we can continue on some of these great ideas. And hopefully we will be able to be in an environment where we are able to interact and see one another. I would encourage you, one thing that did come up recently in some of our director meetings and board meetings was regarding outreach to our presidents. As you all know, a lot of our presidents, our college presidents, have been with us for some less than 10 years. And in that, they have not had, or they may not understand the true meaning or value of what AFC has to offer. So it's been encouraged for us to either the E board or some select members meet with their college presidents to give them an idea of what AFC does for your institution. I can tell you, because at Northwest we are very visible, and our college president, he is aware of I would say externally what we do, because we are out there. I'm not sure all the professional development he is aware of, but I know with Tony and I and some other members, we can really tell him and explain to our president what AFC means to us. And I think we're at that point with this, to really, at this juncture of AFC, to really dust our marketing off and dust our pants off and say, let's look at some ways that we can re-engage our colleges to definitely understand why AFC is important. I can tell you, I believe for myself personally, if it wasn't for AFC, I probably would not be in the role that I am in today. Terry Como, if you're aware of who she is, she invited me to my first AFC conference in Panama City at Gulf Coast State College. And from that moment, I was hooked. And so I knew then at that moment, where I was an accountant, a grant accountant at the time, that I love AFC and I could see myself in a career in post-secondary education, and definitely within the Florida college system. So I know we all have stories to tell. I know we all have wonderful experiences with AFC, which is why we're here today. I think our some of our presidents, and like I said, and my president in particular, I know he's not from the state of Florida, so he does not have that experience of what AFC, how AFC has impacted employees from all positions within the institution. And so I think this is our opportunity to have AFC shine. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, and because I don't want to belabor this meeting, and I wanted to tell you all, I want now. Oh, finally, I want you all to hear from your chapter presidents regarding awards. And so I will have each chapter president tell you who our unsung hero and lifesavers are for this year. And you know, I like to do plaques. And so, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do plaques, but I have, you will be getting e-gift cards in lieu of plaques this year. So, I will start with Pensacola.
All right. Hello, everyone. Back to Pensacola again. All right. Which one am I starting off with first?
Either.
Either. Okay. So let me pull up my little writings that I had for it. So for my Lifesaver Award, since they're here on this region one conference call, it is going to John Woods, Dr. John Woods. He and the reason for that, the reason for that is because John Woods has been a tremendous help, especially this year with everything going on. His biggest highlight moment, other than his great ideas, has been being willing to cook starting at what 6 a.m. was it maybe, or maybe it was 6:30 a.m. for our ribs for our Boss's Day rib lunch, which went over really well. And he was very instrumental and really just willing to, kind of take on one of the biggest challenges we had with that, which was where are we going to cook it and how are we going to cook it. And he said, I'll go ahead and do that. And he also, like I said, has great ideas and is always willing and available to assist us, either with his time, resources, or anything that's available. So, John, thank you. We appreciate you here at PSC, and congratulations. And
Thank you.
And for the unsung hero, they're not on this call today, but it's Neil Gonzalez. He is actually our he works with our institutional research area. So you guys can kind of understand why some meetings are going to be in and out for him, because we got a lot of data to keep collecting and analyzing. But I picked Neil because he's actually learned how to create the flyers and the brochures and stuff that we need for our chapter and for our chapter's events, and he's able to do it at a moment's notice. And on top of that, like I said, being with institutional research, that's a lot of that's a very time consuming role, and he's still able to produce publication things that we need. And also I feel that he's also been very behind the scenes, but has also used that time to learn more about himself, about AFC, and wanting to be more involved in things that he can with AFC. And he's learning how, and he's done very well in balancing his role at the college and his role with AFC. So just wanted to let him know that we do notice that and we appreciate that. So that's why I have him as my unsung hero. So thank you, Jenny, too.
Thank you, Abby. And I'm trying to see if he's able to come on, but no, he hasn't yet. So I will do Northwest. Okay, so our unsung hero is none other than our April Leak. April has always been that one person that we all can depend on. If you don't know, April is actually she works at UWF full time now. However, she is still a member of AFC because she knows the value of AFC and what it has done for her and means to her. And so we love April. We adore April when she is our go-to person. And so Tony has nominated April this year for our unsung hero. April, we appreciate you so much. Now, I hate to say who he nominated for Lifesaver, but it was me. And and I told him no, and he was adamant. Um, Marcia knows when our chapter started. We Tony is very new to AFC, and really all of our members are very new to AFC. So I have been doing some a little double duty with our chapter, just because we wanted to make sure that our chapter was still viable. But that's what I'm here for as Region 1 director. So I don't consider myself a lifesaver because that's what I'm here to do. So I know there are others that probably could do it as well and be that lifesaver. But this is when you step into a leadership role, that's what you're supposed to do. But I appreciate everybody with the Northwest Florida State chapter who has stepped up and taken on roles that they weren't sure about and got comfortable being uncomfortable. So I appreciate our team. All right. Let's see. Evelyn?
Yes, ma'am. So at Chipola, every chapter should be blessed to have a membership chair who works in the HR office. She's the first person that a new employee meets and the first person they learn to trust. So while they're completing out their employee paperwork, Nancy explains to them how important AFC is to Chipola College and goes ahead and invites them to take advantage of our first year free by completing their AFC application. And so for that reason, Chipola's unsung hero this year is Nancy Chabot. Our Lifesaver Award, this is my lifesaver. She is my go-to person, whether I need her to help with concessions or whether I need her to help me with an event at the last minute. She's always there with a smile and a helping hand. And our lifesaver is Lily Hamill. And that's our 2 awards.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. And I will tell you, that first year free, that's a best practice right there. I think I'm going to work with ours to see about implementing that. That's a way to get them in and get them hooked.
It works well for us. And one of the things we do is to get their first year free, they have to go ahead and fill out their paperwork so they don't forget at the end of the year to go ahead and fill out their paperwork. But we pay the first year and then it starts coming out automatically out of their paycheck after that. So
love it. Love it. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Evelyn. And let's see, Melissa, are you able to type yours in? Excellent. Thank you. So, Michael, I've been pushing the Mexican things. Can pick. We definitely understand. So, Melissa says it was so hard after Hurricane Michael to pick an unsung hero. So she is everybody. She's proud of the Gulf Coast State College family for pulling together through all of that. And Dottie Taryn is their lifesaver. Thank you. We appreciate you all, and we know you all have come through and persevered at Gulf Coast as in Chipola, our whole Panhandle. We've experienced some things these past few years, and you all are still pushing through. Thank you so much. And last but not least, TCC.
Okay, so it was a little difficult for me just because I kind of took over mid-year, but I had to think about kind of the things that I've asked of people and voluntold people and things like that. And for my lifesaver, she's not on because she actually recently retired, but before she did, Bridget Marshall, she jumped in as she was already serving as our community service chair And when our secretary position became vacant unexpectedly, she jumped in and took that on without even blinking an eye, and just, has got me information quick without me even having to remember to ask her. And it just, for a new president and a president-elect kind of thrown into it, to have somebody like that who just knew what I needed and sent it to me was amazing. So I miss her tremendously, and now I have to find my new Bridget. But she is who I picked as lifesaver. Excuse me. And for my unsung hero, I actually picked Danny Hawk. She is on the call right now. Danny is just, to me, she's quiet. I don't know. She's saying what? I don't know if she's quiet like that in general, but Danny is actually presenting. She won the exemplary practice with the Technology Commission with her her supervisor, Nick Vick, out of our Learning Commons. But there's a group of us doing the CCP, and I asked, somebody talked about a study group, and I asked her if she'd be willing to take this on. She took it on. She created this group. She's gotten guest speakers to come in and talk about CCP. Like I mentioned, we wanted to do a review of our bylaws. Jesse, who everybody knows, needed a committee. Again, I asked Danny, and Danny's like, sure, I'll serve. Just tell me what to do. And that's just kind of, she doesn't serve in a leadership role of AFC yet. But she just steps in and helps wherever there is a need. And so for me, she's my unsung hero because she doesn't have a title or anything to go with it. She's just Danny, and she helps out.
Thank you so much, Desiree. I know it's challenging to find somebody, because I tell you, when you get the AFC bug, you just want to do and keep on doing things, and but for the greater good of your organization and our organization of AFC. So thank you all for all that you do. What I want to do is give us a little time to highlight some of our commissions. I will tell you one thing AFC does: we represent with our commissions. And if you're not familiar with the current commissions that we have, I encourage you to go to our website. There are actually some chair-elect positions for some of the commissions that are currently open. So if you want to test the waters and get involved at a higher level, I highly encourage you to do that. I will tell you, once I step down from this role, from Region 1 Director, I will be moving into the chair of the EDI, the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion chair. So know that there's always a place for you. If you it's a leadership roles in AFC helps you build your leadership skills, and so please consider it. If you wonder what you can do, or have any questions regarding higher leadership roles within AFC, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. And I'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. So I will start with, I know Ms. Sharon. Ms. Sharon, are you on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, give us a little summary about what you're doing with your commissions, and tell us what we have to look forward to.
Okay. Well, this is kind of bittersweet for me because I'm being have to step down because I can't do region director and commission. So I am the chair right now of the Career and Professional Employees Commission. We're the largest commission that AFC has because we represent just about everybody except for administration and faculty. And our our mission is to make sure we do professional and development and growth development for all our career and professional employees. This year, like I told my board, I'm not going to consider it a challenge, but I consider it as an opportunity for us to think outside the box of how we can keep ourselves engaged and keep our members active. We have been able to have 4 CCP graduates this year. So we and I think one of them might be from Region 1, but and I'm working on 3 more for next year. Our new chair that's going to be coming in, and our chair-elect is both from Region 1. Our chair-elect that's coming in is Tanya Hardaway from TCC, and our chair-elect for 2021 is going to be Abby Kalu. So Region 1 has really been doing a lot of stuff. I was trying not to seem like I was biased, but I had talked with many people across the state, and some of them were not ready to step into that role, and some of them because of they felt it was too much for them to handle right then, and some of them because of work issues. Also, too, our commission has been blessed. While I was trying to figure out what type of community service project that we could do that would benefit not just one area, but the whole state. So what was placed on my heart was to do the food pantry statewide college food pantry challenge. And so when I brought that up and asked for help from the different regions, Sandy Barrett was told by Marsha when they found out, I was like, why don't we use that as the annual conferences service project? So that would be showcased at the annual conference this week. And so if you all are in contact with your food pantry, please let them know that this is out there, and for them to try to make sure in your areas you get that pushed out, because I'm trying to make sure that our students, at least we can take one stressor off of them, so they don't have to stress about whether or not they're going to eat, or whether or not they're going to be homeless because they can't pay their rent. So right now, that's about all that we done. We've been meeting monthly, so we've been doing pretty good. I'm trying to keep them viable, and Tanya knows that I will be her shadow next year. And because also too, for Region 1, our VP for commissions is coming out of Region 1. That'll be Greg Williams. So Region 1 is really doing a lot of stuff. And if you need anything as far as any type of professional development, because we did quite a few webinars this year. Also too, I'm in the process of trying to start a workshop, because I found out that a lot of colleges do not have career professional councils. They have faculty senates, but they don't have councils for the. So I'm going to be trying to do a workshop, because there's some chapters out there and colleges out there that have asked about how do you get started and what it takes to do one of those.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Greg, is Greg on?
He might be busy with something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
And okay.
Hey, Gregory.
Hello.
All right. Would you like to say a few words, Greg?
I am busy, but I stopped studying and looking over stuff because I'm getting ready to take the GK exam at 12:45 and be back for our 3:15 incoming commission chair meeting. But thank you all again for what you've done in this region. The one thing that I love the most about AFC and our region is the fact that we look out for one another and we're there for each other. And not just in time of need, but in any time. And that's one thing that I can honestly say that I truly do appreciate about Region 1. We seem like we sit up here by ourselves, but we make a big impact throughout the state. So I just want to thank you guys for everything. Wanjika, thank you for an awesome trying year, but you made it through it. And now you get to deal with me as VP for commission this year. But I'll take it easy on you. You dealt with me enough this past year. But seriously, thank you all for everything. It's been an awesome year. I'm looking forward to serving as the VP for commission this upcoming year. We have an awesome president that's coming in. We have as we call him, the hammer that is going out this year, but he's done a great job this year in trying times. So Matt White, thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate everything that you've done for this state. If you have not been in some of y'all have not, but I see Ray Coulter is on here. We've been in some meetings that you would have said, that is not Matt White. Who is Matt White? And he's done a great job leading us as an executive board and to making some tough decisions. So I look forward to next year when Ray myself and Christine will be in the leadership roles. So I'm just looking forward to a great year. Hopefully we can get back to some in-person conferences. I love virtual, but I love being able to interact with everyone face to face. But that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Jesse, can you give us an update on technology?
Yeah, thanks, Wajika, for letting me to speak. As a technology commission, we've done a lot. We've had several webinars leading up into the conference, so those was pretty engaging, and it was great. We've updated our bylaws again to include because the way our bylaws are written, for the chair, they serve for 2 years instead of 1 year. So I'll be coming back for next year. So for the chair elect, because I remember when I came in this position, it was a little unique because for the chair that was in this position, that person had health problems, so I stepped up, and I didn't really know anything about being a technology commission chair. So I had to ask a lot of questions. So I have a lot in place for that incoming person, that chair elect, but I'll be around for another year to assist that person for that year, so everything can go smoothly after my term in next year. So hopefully everyone will be able to attend the exemplary practice award that's coming up on Thursday at 1:45. Danny's on the she's in the here, so she'll be presenting along with our director, Dr. Vic. They took first prize, so we had a total of six uh, tough candidates competing, but we selected the top three, and our first prize winner is presenting. So that would be Danny, and Dr. Vic will be presenting. So please find some time to attend that. One of the fundraisers that we decided to do, I put it in the chat. So please support our commission. I know that everybody was forced to wear the mask because of the pandemic. So I came up with this wonderful idea to put the AFC logo on the mask along with the technology commission logo. So it's to benefit the fundraiser. We selected a local organization. And that organization, because part of those proceeds will go to that organization, of course, some will go to us as well. And the proceeds are going to be for them to purchase technology equipment. And it is Distinguished Young Gentleman DYG of Tallahassee, Florida. And what they do is that they reach out to young African American underprivileged kids in low income communities to be able to, from grade 9 to 12, to do with leadership, professional development, how to do social events, stuff like that, and how to, help them with the different math, as well as English. So it's a really good organization. So please take the time to support us. The masks are $15. You can go to our website. Like I said, I included the information there in the chat. It's also posted on our AFC website, as well as different social medias like our Facebook, the AFC Technology Commission Facebook page. So it's there. That's some of the things that we have been going on. So if you want to know more about the mask, please reach out to me. Thanks, Wanjika.
Thank you so much, Jesse. And I'm going to briefly talk about EDI, and then I'm going to give our new president-elect an opportunity to speak to us as well. So in EDI, we have been working on many workshops, and you may be getting some information from Daniela Pierre, and she has been pushing out a lot of great information regarding diversity, inclusion, and equity efforts. And so we have done a couple of workshops called Social Justice Matters. And if you all attended those, I tell you what, they were powerful. And I know those workshops, as well as all the other workshops, are available on the AFC website for you to view at any time. So I encourage you to, if you have a moment, and I tell you, I'll put them on and just listen to things, listen to them while I'm working on something else. So I'm hearing it and it's feeding me all at the same time. So I encourage you to do that. When I step into the role as chair of EDI, I will continue that that mission of getting out information regarding these efforts, because they are truly important to me, and I hope that that you all will see how valuable EDI is, not only right now but in the future. And last but not least, our new president-elect, Mr. Ray. Ray Coulter, is he on with us still?
I am.
Okay, good.
Good morning, Region 1. I am looking forward to taking the keys to the castle, so to speak, and moving forward with this interesting time in which we live. As Greg says, we have a lot of work to do this year. We are going to be relying heavily upon our executive board as well as our membership. I'll go a little bit more into detail on Friday when I speak. I will not have a lot of time to speak, maybe about 5 minutes or so, but you'll kind of get the gist of what we're going to be doing moving forward. Sorry, as I said, we're in some interesting times right now. I'm exactly aligned with Greg. I'm not used to looking at people over a computer screen. This is not my comfort zone. My comfort zone is actually being with people and interacting with them, actually being able to see their faces when I speak, not have it pop up on a screen whenever they have a word or two to say. It's awkward, but I think the transition will go well. I'm very hopeful that the COVID era will be at least major or subdued enough to where people can get back into circulation with one another, especially with the news on this new vaccine that's 95% effective. I miss seeing you guys. I miss being around my AFC people. You are all one of a kind, and you are all amazing in your own unique and wonderful way, and I miss that energy. So hopefully next year we can work towards a brighter future, and each one of us can be the change.
Thank you so much, Ray. We appreciate you. And as we can say from Region 1, you do have some big shoes to fill. but we know you can do it too. But Region 1 we have your back, and anything you need from Region 1, please know that we are here to support you as well. As Greg said, we're that little nook of Florida that people forget about, but we are here, and AFC means a lot to us as well. So just know that. And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So, because I do not want to be long in the tooth, I will, does anybody have any comments, questions, comments, concerns for the greater good of the group? If not, Matt, there you
Ms.
are.
Jackson, you think I could say something?
Oh, please, please.
I've made it here, but I'd like to say thank you, for your leadership this year as Region 1 director. And, it's definitely, as we all know, it's a trying year, but we definitely need dedicated people such as yourself, as we've been talking about all year, and you've definitely shown it. So thank you so much. And like you mentioned, if you have a way to talk with your college president, they need to hear from our members now more than ever. Our college presidents are looking to make difficult decisions, just as our colleges are. So if you can talk with your college president and share your AFC story, now we need it more than ever. And the chapter activity at each chapter is important, even more so now. All of our chapters need to be showing that they're active on their campuses, so that college leadership and president can see that. So thank you, Region 1. All of our chapters are strong chapters, and we greatly appreciate that and appreciate all that y'all do for us. So thank you, Ms. Jackson, and thank you to all of our chapter presidents, and thank you, AFC members, for all of your support this year.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Matt. And everybody, again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all, and you all have made this. This has been a great opportunity for me to serve you. I have been going through, a lot of people do not know I have been going through some challenges with a family member that was diagnosed with cancer since March. And so it's been a challenge for me, but it's one that I knew I needed to continue on because I love AFC so much. But I appreciate you all. And there's some things that I wanted to do more of, but as we know, there are so many hours in the day. But I'm so grateful that I have been able to serve you all, and hopefully you believe I served you well. And so with that, thank you all, and I hope to see you in other sessions and socials throughout this week. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Great to see everybody.
Bye.
Great meeting.
Awesome job. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.